Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the bold analysis. This is 3rd of September, the third day of the month, and of course, it's a weekend. I want us just to, of course, today I'll just try to do a recap of the day's events, and I want to start by one thing. There is something that we are not talking about intentionally because we are taking what has been wrapped to us as the Kenyan people. The petition to remove Cherera and the camp at IEBC has been wrapped and packaged well as a move to clean and punish rogue commissioners who wanted to overturn the will of the people. That if we really mean well to changing the commission, or rather helping to boost the independence and the integrity of IEBC, you should listen to both sides of the story. Because we have something called collective responsibility. Collective responsibility means that if something is wrong, all of us are responsible. So if the 4 commissioners wanted to overturn the will of the people, and their ground is because there was disagreement, or rather they could not agree with the chairman, Raila Odinga team seems to be saying they seem to be saying that the chairman came, never consulted, and just made the announcement. Why aren't we also listening to both sides? Because anyway, yes, we have, let's induct all of them. Let's subject all of them to that tribunal. So we find who was right, who was wrong. But then we have a tribunal that is going to listen to one side of the story. It's going to listen to what the 4 commissioners are saying. So when they appear there, if they happen to, they're going to say what they think they did right. Ways, how they're going to then confirm. Supreme Court in its verdict mentioned that the powers to announce the presidential results were resting with the Chebukati. And that is why they said that despite the fact that the 4 commissioners were not in agreement with what Wafula Chebukati announced, the results could still stand. And in this video, I want to take you back to 2018, to 2017 general election, and we'll also go back to the events of June 2018. There is something that we are not really seeing. There is a spirit of collective responsibility in organizations, commissions, and in fact where people work. Like a commission like that of IEBC, there is a collective responsibility. So whether things went wrong or the other way, the truth of the matter here is that responsibility is collective. There is also a responsibility of the chairman to make sure that he is in harmony with the other commissioners. Maraga-led bench inducted Wafula Chebukati directly when he nullified the 2017 general election. After that, in days to a rerun, Commissioner Roseline Akombe left the country to supervise printing of ballot papers through to Dubai, but fled the country and went to the US, only to come back to mention that it was no longer tenable to work under the chairman. Now, I want you to look at an article. This article, I got it where I want you to look at this article. This article was published on April 16th, 2018. that is Connie Maina, Margaret Mwachanya, and Paul Kurgat, resigned from IEBC. And if you listen, or if you read that article, it all open your thoughts on what exactly happens inside that commission's boardroom. Let me tell you, they resigned on 16th April. There is no election coming. Uhuru Kenyatta and Raila Odinga had already had their handshake, and no one was talking about a possibility of maybe going after the commission. In fact, there was no conversation of even creating a tribunal to investigate what had happened. But they complained that they could no longer work with Wafula Chebukati. So we created a perception, and they created a perception that under Chebukati's leadership was the problem. I want to read this one for you. Yes. IEBC Vice Chairperson Conin Katha Maina, and who was the Vice Chair, Commissioners Margaret Mwachanya, Paul Kurgat, said they had left the commission because they have no faith in Chairman Wafula Chebukati leadership. Yes, there is something that happened. At that commission, after the election, there was simmering trouble with everyone seems to be complaining that Wafula Chebukati got something wrong. And that trouble came out when, and this article is documenting, that then Chebukati made a decision with support of Commissioners Abdi Guliye and Boya Molu to remove the CEO, Ezra Chiloba. And in that meeting, Nkatha walked out. Kurgat was, now Nkatha and Kurgat walked out of the meeting while Mwachanya was away. So commissioners are 7. There was a decision to chase Chiloba. And when it was floated, Chebukati had Guliye and Boya Molu and him. Those are 3. Then Mwachanya was away. So there were remaining other 3. Kurgat and Nkatha walked away, and they got the quorum. Remember, Akombe had also left. So by that time, there were only 6 commissioners. This is what Akombe once quoted. The removal of a CEO is a weighty matter and is one that should not have been introduced as a by the way. The commissioners said in reference to argument that Chebukati had ambushed the other commissioners with the agenda. This is why I'm telling you there is more than what meets the eye. Do you know that they resigned, but nearly all of them got government jobs? So after Akombe left, Mwachanya, Kurgat, Nkatha, they all left, never to be replaced again, with President Uhuru Kenyatta then saying that there was no commission, they had not created the panel. But they were repatriated. They were given some other jobs. And even Chiloba, who was removed from the commission, was also given a job somewhere. That is why I'm saying that what William Ruto is doing to remove Chereras is not what is packaged to us. There is something more than what catches the eye. Removal of Cherera's camp has been seen as the face of election reforms. But do you know that at the same time there is an amendment in the National Assembly to make sure that the selection panel is a little bit altered? The 4 that are supposed to come from parliamentary commissions, that they have been told now to donate 2 to the Public Service Commission and 1 to Political Parties Liaison Committee, which is under the Office of Registrar of Political Parties. It is simple. And the Kenyan public have consumed very convenient narrative that we are partnering. And one thing they have done is they've already wiped the emotions because they're using what Kenyans know. Kenyans know that there was a breakaway press conference between Cherera's and Chebukati-HOT. And so that's something that even a class 4, even a toddler will know that there was a breakaway. And they're using that split screen press conference to vilify the other commissioners. It is seen as what is packaged as election reforms, but I can tell you that is not it. Inside the commission, we have a big problem. Kindly subscribe to our channel, click the notification bell, and also like our video. And I want to say thank you very much for those who've been supporting us. From what Roseline and Akombe and the other 4 commissioners that left, remember we are leaving, they're now we don't have a commission. And before this election, before 2022, we had some building blocks, Chebukati's and the other 3. There is a sacred inner kitchen within IEBC that is untouchable. And that sacred inner system, I don't think it's even an individual. It's a system. It's a system that cannot be inherited by people that do not dance to the tune. Because if Boyamulu and the rest of the 3 were leaving, then by all means, you can only replace commissioner, chairman, and 2 commissioners. But the other 4 will remain there with some dominance. They are the holders of the institutional memory within the commission. I want to make this passionate appeal. If we wanted to make some corrective measures on IEBC, we need to go after all and walk into their boardroom. Political interests in the commission as the custodian of a democracy is deep. And I don't know whether it's something that can be managed. Tribunal will not delve on a fact-finding mission without Wafula Chebukati. Let's not, there is no other way to say it. If you don't also have a talk with Wafula Chebukati, what exactly happens? He's leaving the commission. He's the person that knows everything. Not even the 4 people we are going after. Sit with Wafula Chebukati. I think Chebukati will tell you why he couldn't leave even that commission, even though there were a lot of issues before rerun, and what exactly happened. What exactly are the powers of the chairman? What is, we have a position known as the chairman of IEBC. That's what we should interrogate. I don't know what's your take. What is pushing commissioners is just a rearrangement of changing the guard. I maintain that. I don't know what's your take on this. For me, the lessons from Akombe should not be left out.